All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's your boy Wild Deity, and we're finally into it. It's the Gamebird City Qualifiers for Islamabad, and the teams we're going to be seeing today are Sick 5 versus No Namers. So I'm really excited to be casting after a really long time, and I want to see how far the Pakistani scene has come because this is a really huge tournament. City qualifiers all around the block. There are qualifiers in Lahore, Islamabad, and Karachi. So we're going to be seeing talent from everywhere. It looks like there's a bit of banter in the chat as we wait for the game to go live properly. It's not quite live yet, but it will be very soon. So let's talk a bit about the matchups. I've seen both of these teams before. I know all the players. I've obviously, since I've been in the scene for a very long time, I know how these players operate, who they play with, all of that good stuff. So on the Sick 5 side, we've got Dam, Shax, ASD, Lover, and Fireon, and on the other hand, on the No Namer side, we've got Nami, Zon, Hunzel, Spooky, and Maelstrom. I just can't wait for the action to go live, though. And I hope it's not the GoTV server that has crashed on us, because that would just ruin the fun. Well, it looks like there are some technical issues on the GoTV end, so enjoy some dope music while we just wait for these things to sort themselves out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are good. No more issues. Hopefully that's not going to happen again. There was a bit of a hiccup on the GoTV, and the game is going live now. So it looks like we're going to be seeing the knife round now. Looks like the players are still discussing, like, they're just getting everything ready. They're getting everything in order before they can just get it underway. A little reference to what was his name, Alu by Shax. Are these Red Bulls only for the commercials, or can we actually drink them? Man, I can't believe people actually remember that. Alright, so we're live with the knife round. Let's see what team wins this. Again, for anybody that is tuning in late, it is Sick 5 versus No Namers. It's your boy Wild Deity casting it. So hopefully we can see some sick action here. Staying true to the name, Sick 5. Hopefully it's a quick knife round, because I just hate it when people just linger in the knife round, not willing to give up their life, holding on, clutching to their last breaths. And Sick 5 have won the knife round. It looks like they're just struggling with the commands right now. They're not very familiar with the server, but it's all good. So the match is finally live, ladies and gentlemen. First match of the LAN qualifiers for Gamebird in Islamabad. This is very exciting stuff for me, and it should be for everybody else as well, because this is like one of the biggest tournaments that Pakistan has ever seen. Very exciting stuff. And this is pretty much it's these kinds of tournaments that kind of cultivate the talent pool in any developing country where the scene is sort of developing. And what this basically does is it encourages players to just come around, form teams. There are a lot of like retired players. They're like, okay, the scene is not developing, I'm gonna quit the game, and then they see a tournament like this one coming up. They're gonna think about it. They might form a team with a few old pals. Existing teams, they're gonna up their game because they're gonna be worried that some of the better players are gonna come out of the woodworks and give it their best. So this is exactly the kind of stuff that builds up talent when you need it, and this is what's going to bring Pakistan closer to an international level. I mean, we've already seen teams like Portal compete at the international level, but what we need is more consistency, and that's what these tournaments pretty much bring. Looks like a player has a technical issue, and they're just going to be sorting out their microphone. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to cast some of the action because we had a bit of a mic issue going on, but hopefully that's not going to happen again. So the scoreline is 1-0 in the favor of SIG-5 right now, and it looks like the terrorists are actually putting up a really good fight despite the fact that they have had worse weaponry, and now it's all brought down to a 1 versus 2, which could upset the CTs even though they won the first round. Look at this though, Dam does not want to go down without a fight, but he will, unfortunately for him. 1-1, the scoreline is now tied up. SIG-5 and No Namers both tied up. And that must be a devastating blow to SIG-5. I mean, winning the first round and then losing the second one, that just resets their economy. That puts them in a position where they have to, like, sort of do a half-buy. And the Terrors, they're going to be very comfortable in this. They have an AK-47. They've got a couple of Galils, a FAMAS, and a UMP. The CTs have to try to capitalize on those close angles, but Nomi, he already has the first kill. Spooky following up with the second. It is a 5 versus 3. Shax, one of the only last defenses on bomb site B. He gets 2 kills with a 5-7. Very sick long-range plays here, but he eventually goes down to Maelstrom. 3 versus 2. Lover and ASD trying to make something happen with the long-range pistols. And it looks like their accuracy is just spot on with the pistols. Look at that. They brought it down to a 1 versus 2 off of the back of Shax and ASD's 2 kills. CZ and 5-7, but Spooky, he's got plenty of HP to spare, and the CZ isn't even a one-hit headshot anymore. So it's going to be very difficult for ASD to actually try to do anything. Spooky, this should be very easy for him to defend. He has a FAMAS in hand, he has utility, he's got everything that he needs. All he has to do is tap him once, and ASD is out of the game, but it looks like he's going to be saving an AK-47. A smart play here, but I think he's going to be denied. Not going to happen, and with only 9 HP to work with, he still manages to save an AK-47. Alright, so for everybody complaining about the audio issue, that will be sorted out in a bit, and we are so sorry for what is happening. It will be fixed in a second. Just give us a break, and we'll get it sorted out right away. Alright, so we've got that issue sorted out. Sorry for missing some of the action. The scoreline is 2-2 now. This was a bit short notice for us, so you're going to have to deal with some of the technical issues that are brought up. And we're just going to fix them as we go. The scoreline is 2-2. The counter-terrorists actually managing to do some damage and bring it up. The terrorists on a reset. They have nothing to their name. They've got a couple P250s, but that's about it. Fireon, he can easily get these eco kills here. The T's, they're just tagged down to hell. They've got nothing working for them right now except that 1 kill. Oh, Zon though with a couple kills. Maelstrom does that team damage. Very, very unfortunate. But still, a 3 versus 2 on a round where you've bought nothing except P250s is pretty good. That's enough damage being done for an eco round, but they can still make more happen. Maelstrom has the AK-47. The one-hit headshot could definitely make something out of this round. But ASD, he is on point with the same. He's not going to let that happen, and he takes them both down 3-2 in the favor of SIG-5. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading into round 6, and for anybody that is tuning in late, Gamebird offline qualifiers between 6-5 and no-namers. We've got a best of 3 in this game, and then we've got another best of 3 coming right up after this one. And looking at this round, just Lover's position on short. He gets 2 M4 kills. Maelstrom takes him down, though. And lots of masterful plays being done here by the CT side. I mean, that position from Lover, despite the fact that he was flashed, he was just able to get 2 kills. At 3 versus 2 now, Maelstrom and Zon. They have to try to make something happen for the T side, but it's going to be very unlikely. Especially because Maelstrom has no HP to work with, 19 points of health. That's not enough when you're up against 2 players with assault rifles, but still, the AK-47 is quite powerful. Let's see what he can do. Zon's going to be the one that has the AK, though. I mean, he's going to have to capitalize off of that one-hit headshot capability if he wants to make something happen. Fireon missing his shot, and that's the opportunity that the T's need. Now they can move in, but Dam is coming up from short. He gets the first kill. The low HP player going down, as expected. Zon now in a 1 versus 2 after he gets the first one, but not for long, as Shaxx in a sneaky position to take him down. And that was very well played by the CT side. Like, they popped up out of nowhere. Nobody was expecting that Shaxx was going to be in the water waiting for him, and I'm not exactly sure how he even sneaked up there. Really good plays here by 6-5, and I want to see what kind of fight no-namers are going to give them. I mean, they are on the T side. That's the less favorable side. Damn, trying to get some mid control here. He smokes it off, gets some molly, and I'm pretty sure you didn't see that T-cross. Nope. Damn, gets punished for it, and it's brought down to a 5 versus 4. The terrorists, if they can salvage that weapon, which they have, they can make something happen. Spooky with the AK, he's gonna have to make some use out of that one-hit headshot capability if he wants to make something happen. 5 versus 4 now. The terrorists, they're sneaking up, but they've got a player behind them. Lover sneaks up, gets a kill, and he's gonna back off. He knows that that is the safe play to make. He doesn't want to make any mistakes here. 6-5, missing many shots, but they still managed to salvage it, surprisingly. Fireon helping his buddy out there with his AWP. Gets another shot as well. It's a 1 versus 2. Spooky, still the player with the AK-47, is holding on to it. I'm not sure if he was trying to save or he was trying to help out his teammates, but I think he should have been one of the first people in, or he should have gone for the refrag if he wanted to use that AK-47 to its full potential, because just sitting back there while his teammates that had pistols just go in, that wasn't very good use of his weapon or time. He wasn't very impactful with the weapon that he had picked up. It would have been better if he went for the refrag and capitalize on the enemy team going for a reload or being out of their position or being in the middle of a spray on a teammate. But it looks like we're finally seeing a gun round again. 5 AKs versus 4 rifles and an AWP. Plenty of utility on both sides. Arguably more on the T side, though. Lover in the same position as where he got the short kills, but only 1 kill this time. Gonna get taken down by Spooky, who's going to be ready for him this time. 4 versus 4. The CT's in a worse position in terms of numbers, because on the CT side, it's much favored. On the T side, you have an advantage if you're equal in numbers. Looks like the action's about to happen. 1 versus 3 in a matter of seconds. Hunzel has to try to do something now. 63 points of health, and AK-47 to his name. And he's just trying to play games with the CTs, but it's going to be very, very difficult here. Let's look at his perspective here. Hunzel gets taken down with a blink of an eye. Had no chance there because the bomb was dropped. He had to come up behind him or do something crazy, but that just did not work out for him. The scoreline is 6-2. The terrorists, they've got no money to work with. They're going to be upgrading pistols to some degree, and they have a few sets of Kevlar as well. Maelstrom, arguably the best equipment, and he gets taken down as he had head armor as well. Damn, sneaking up from long. He gets 1 kill. He's looking for more action. Tapping away, manages to find Spooky as well, and he's going to go for the 3rd. But he gets taken down by Hansel before that final kill is secure. But lots of damage being done regardless. Zahn and Hansel left with Deagles, the Deagle Meisters. Let's see what they can do. They're going to need 2.51 digs apiece, which is an impossibility right now. Never mind. For a second there, I didn't realize that Dam had been taken down. So all they had to do was get 2 Deagle shots each, and they would have won the round. But that's not going to happen. Way too much weaponry on the other side. It looks like no-namers, they're taking a pause now. They really need this because they should discuss what's going wrong. They need to understand the mistakes in their plays right now. I mean, if I had to take a guess, I feel like they're just not getting enough control. I mean, getting picked off of mid because you didn't throw a flashbang to deter the opper, or not waiting for the enemy team's utility to expire, or getting picked off by a lover on short over and over when he's in a predictable position. What they need to be doing is utilizing what they have in their backpacks. They need to use all the smokes. They need to use all of their Molotovs. Just set up before you move in. And the one thing that they're missing on is that they're executing way too early. The CTs can just counter them. I mean, what I've noticed is that as soon as the terrorists start moving in, there's going to be a molly or a flashbang or a nade, and they're just going to get taken. They're just going to be dumbfounded by what's going on with them, and that's simply because they're not waiting for the utility to expire. What you need to be doing in a position like this is you send out one player. He's going to be the player that distracts all of the enemy players, basically just playing the lurker role, or being the player that fakes. He has to try to throw out a few flashbangs. What he has to do is just shoot a few bullets here and there, try to draw out the smokes, try to draw out the mollies, especially the mollies. I mean, that's one thing that should be pretty common at this point. You have to try to draw out the Molotov so that you don't get spammed by them as soon as you try to move into a bomb site, and that's the mistake that they're making. And it looks like we're going back into the game. 7-2 is the scoreline. The pause is over. And let's see if no-namers, if a quick 1-minute chit-chat can help them out in this downfall. Looks like their strategy has changed up a little bit. They're playing a split setup. 2 players down connector with the bomb. Just playing it very slow. They're just trying to bring out the volleys. And I'm so sorry, I've got a runny nose. I'm a bit under the weather, guys, so if my casting's not on point, don't blame me. Just let it slide, okay? Oh, this boost from Maelstrom. That could have been deadly, but they actually didn't take it. What was that? Severe. Like, what was that coordination? I don't understand, but it's still brought down to a 4 versus 4. Lots of smokes being rolled out. Fireon in a very bad position as he's blocked by the molly, but he gets the no-scope. Going for another, but it's not going to happen, Kenny S. 4 versus 3 now. The bomb is going down. Lover spamming through the smoke. He knows exactly where the bomb is because of sound and the expected position, but he still goes down. Spooky makes a lot happen by getting the double kill, but it's not going to be enough as his team would have needed him to get 4 kills to get that round. The counter-terror is still in the lead, making the enemies look like a piece of cake here as they're leading 8-2. This is pretty much looking like it's over for the T side. I mean, once they get on the CT side, they might be able to string together a few rounds, but what they need to do is get at least 5 to 6 rounds on the T side, so they've got something going for them by the time that they end up in the CT side. This is looking like a disaster so far. They've got a gun round now. Zahn doesn't even have a weapon, and they've got barely any utility. They've got 2 smokes, a couple of mollies, and that's basically their noteworthy... Sorry, 3 mollies, and that's their noteworthy utility here. A flashbang being rolled out because they're expecting Lover to be in that position, but he's not going to be this time around. The CTs, they're switching things up, and the terrorists are not ready for them, and Lover... See what happened there? He knew that they were going to try to storm short for him, and then he just nades. He expects them to be there, and then he nades and takes them down. Makes it look so easy. And he's done a lot of damage here. The terrorists, they're looking pretty decisive about B here, but Shax is going to be the last line of defense here as he takes down 2 players. Brings it down to a 3 versus 2, a 2 versus 2 actually, as Hanzel takes down Shax. A very good job being done here by Shax to try to hold the bomb site. And Dam rotating in, takes no time to take down Hanzel, brings it down to a 1-on-2. Zahn, the worst player in the situation to be alive as he only has a deagle to his name. Would have been a lot better if he had an AK-47 or an AWP, since he is an opper as far as I know. But still, he salvaged an AK. He can definitely make something happen. Fireon with another no-scope. Sick plays from Fireon. What is that? We're moving into the 12th round. Team no-namers, they're just getting destroyed by Sig5. Looks like Sig5 have done their homework, and I want to see how good they are on the CT side, on the terrorist side, because obviously with the advantage, it is very easy to steamroll. But I want to see how things change around. Oh, look at this positioning from Dam, missing the spray though. Very good backup from the CT side, but a couple of missed shots can change the entire headline. I mean, that missed AWP shot on mid, that pretty much changed the entire game there, but it's still a 3 versus 3, definitely doable for the CTs and the Ts both. Lover with a sick flank takes down Maelstrom, leaves pretty much a limping player alive. Zahn with only 6 HP gets taken down. ASD missing a few of his shots, spamming away with the USB, gets a kill through the smoke. With only 2 players alive, the CTs still managed to clinch the round. 10-2 is the scoreline, and now the terrorists really need to make something happen. If they can't string together the last 3 rounds, if they just can't get them in a row, it's going to be very difficult on the CT side, especially if they lose the pistol. I mean, trying to come back from 14-4, 14-3, something like that, it's pretty much an impossibility, especially when you've got so much momentum built up. Maelstrom, though, he gets the first kill for his team. Oh, look at this spam from Lover, just wallbangs through the door and gets Maelstrom. Gets a refrag without even knowing where his enemy is. Fireon gets the kill on Inami, and now he's just going to have to back off or he will get punished for it. A 4 versus 3. Fireon should play from a safe position right now and wait for his teammates to rotate. And look at the indecisiveness of the terrorists here. I mean, even though they've lost a player or 2, what they should be doing is moving in fast and trying to get a refrag, because just backing off over and over, this gives CTs time to like rotate. It gives them time to rethink. They can change up their positions. They should be waiting for a CT or 2 to move. And look at this, Fireon is just on fire. I mean, oh my god, he's getting so many nasty AWP shots. I mean, half of the kills, it doesn't even feel like he knows where they are, and he still managed to get them. I mean, this is insane stuff. Very good plays here from Team Sig5. And it wasn't too long before Hanzo got taken down as well. 11-2 is the scoreline. 2 rounds left for no-namers to make something happen. And I mean, come on guys, I know you guys named yourself no-namers ironically, but it's not sounding very ironic at all. You don't, if you name yourself something like that, you have to make sure that you don't stay true to that name. Because you have to like try to prove that it's the other way around. A bit of banter aside, getting back into the game, it looks like the terrorists are finally going to have an opportunity as Hanzel takes down Lover. A 5 versus 4. And now they finally have the opening that they need. They can move into a bomb site and make something happen. But the CTs, they're still trying to make sure that they don't even enter the bomb site. Fireon gets another kill through the smoke. What is Fireon doing? I mean, did anybody check his computer for wall hacks? I think they're there. I'm betting $10,000 right now. That was sarcasm, by the way. My net worth is probably less than $10,000. But moving on, ignoring my financial crisis here. 4 versus 4, 11-2. Come on, the terrorists, they have this chance. They have to bring it to 11-4. I'm really counting on them right now so we can see a tough match. And it looks like they're going to be putting up an effort here. A 1 versus 3, Dam, up against 3 limping players. They're pretty much disabled at this point. 16, 34, and 34 health. Less than 100 HP combined. Let's see if he can take them down. This is definitely doable for them. It's all about how he plays his cards right now, but he could be going for a save because he does have an M4, but with the economy that the CTs have, yep, that sounds likely. Look at the T's here. They're not going for any plays right now. They know they know that they're low HP. They could get taken down if they do anything dumb. Damn, though, he's going for a save. He knows that his teammates don't have much economy, and this is the thing about economic damage. The CTs have won 11 rounds, but they still have barely any money to work with because all of these rounds have been so close in terms of numbers. It's usually just 1 or 2 players that just holds the side all alone and gets all those flashy kills. I mean, look at Fireon. He's on the top of the scoreboard. He already has 17 kills. He has a KDR of more than 2. And they still don't have any weaponry to work with at the very last round. I mean, they still managed to buy up something, but look at this weaponry. The terrorists, they've been losing so hard, but they still have so much money to work with. They've got 5 AKs, all the utility that they could have. Those slots are completely maxed out. And the CT side, they've got nothing to work with. They're just going to be just shoveling pennies at them. Hanzo gets the opening kill here on Lover, and this could be an exciting round as there are only 4 CTs left. And they have worse weaponry than the T's side. And 11-4 is actually workable if the T's can actually get this. Moving into short now. The action is about to happen. Dam gets the first kill and he still hasn't been taken down. What a play there. He's just sitting in the nook. Makes it very difficult for the T's to even spot him. But he still managed to take them. My god. These nades are beautiful. 1 versus 4 now. Can ASD make something happen with the Deagle? Come on, Nico. Let's see 3 kills here. The bomb is going down now. This is pretty much looking like an 11-4. Would be very unlikely if ASD actually managed to get it, but he opens things up with a Deagle shot. Let's see if he can get the 1-on-2. Definitely possible now because all he has to do is clear 2 angles. Gets another kill. Can he make it a 3rd kill? What are you doing, ASD? Spam away. Get the headshot. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We could see the 1 versus 3, and that would be so embarrassing for Team No-Namers. But Zon, he is still trying to hold on to the scoreline. 11-4, Zon completely ruins things for ASD there. It could have been a 1-on-3, insane Deagle shots there, and I should just hit myself right now for saying that it was next to impossible or saying that it was pretty much 11-4, because that was definitely doable if ASD didn't miss the last few of his shots. And that was pretty much a mistake that Team No-Namers made. I mean, there are just some very alarming misplays by them. They weren't playing a crossfire setup. They were just like kind of exposed. He could pick them off 1 by 1 without being refragged, and that's a mistake they were making. And secondly, they were playing way too passive. As soon as he got the first Deagle shot, the other 2 players should have peeked him immediately and taken him down. I mean, what's a guy with a Deagle gonna do unless he has like aim lock or something? Looks like the unpause has been called in, and we're moving into the second half, and I finally gotten a sip of water so I don't sound like my nose is blocked. The pistol round, pretty much the most important round in CSGO. Let's see if the counter-terrorists can actually do something here. They need the pistol round desperately. If they can get that, then they can just snowball it into 11-7. A very slow round from the terrorist side. Sick 5, they will be taking their time. They don't want to make any mistakes. You know how things can turn around on LAN. It looks like Lover has already gotten the opening kill. Going to be very difficult for the CT side, as a numbers disadvantage on the pistol round is just so hard to come back from. But Spooky, though, he gets 2 kills for himself, brings it back. 4 versus 3. ASD is quite low on HP, so this might as well be a 2-on-4. The weight is on Shax and Dam right now to bring it back. And they're pretty much sandwiched by the CTs there, but that flick from ASD was not expecting that since he was only 12 HP. Why would Spooky miss his shots there when he just got 2 crispy headshots? But damn, he gets immediately taken down by the double peek here. ASD, he has to try to do something before they can get to the bomb. Oh, he's coming up behind the CTs. I was not giving him enough credit. He came up behind them. He's done so much damage. He's gotten 2 kills off of only 12 HP. And he is trying to go for more. There is barely any time left now. They're going to be sticking the defuse. And now there's the double peek. Oh, he gets the first kill, but he can't get the defuse. With both kills, they still can't get the defuse. And I did not give ASD enough credit. I mean, he got 3 kills off of 12 HP. That is insane stuff. And I think that was more of a mistake by the CT side than an insane play by ASD. I mean, sure, he got the 180. But why would they miss all of their shots when they're behind him? He could have just taken a chill. He knows that it's a piss round. You can slowly tap away. You can try to get a one-hit headshot, or if you're behind them, you can even just spam their body. It's so easy to get a kill, but they didn't do that. Or that round would have turned around. Lover with the AK-47 gets the opening kill, but gets spammed by Spooky's 5-7. Things could turn very ugly for the T side if they get caught by the close range pistols here. And it looks like that's sort of what happens. Maelstrom takes down ASD. A 3-on-3. Zon opens the door, comes up behind them. He's still trying to win it. And it's all brought down to a 1-on-1. Zon with a deagle. Damn with a UMP. Now, they can play mind games here. Damn, what he could do here is he could go all the way to A because he knows that Zon's going to be holding from short. And that's exactly what happens. He knows that he has to be as far away from Zon as possible while planning. The bomb finally goes down, and that's a new one. I mean, I didn't realize you could plant the bomb that far away because I haven't played much Overpass or casted much Overpass, actually. Seems like all the teams just cut out Overpass for some reason. Because it's a very complicated map with all stairs and all of that. It's just a 1-on-1 now. Zani has managed to pick up a Galil. He still gets taken down though. Not sure what that was. I mean, he just jumped in there. He wasn't checking the angles. He wasn't being very careful at all. He could have taken down Dam if he was a bit more careful, since he was quite exposed. The counter-terrorists, they've got nothing to work with. They've got a couple upgraded pistols. They're not going for the force buy. I think they're playing to win it still. They're going to have to wait for map 2 if they want to make anything happen right now, because it's pretty much over for them, especially after losing the pistol round. 2 kills coming in from the T side. Should be a cleanup as it is an eco round, but still a bit of damage being done from the CT side. Fireon gets taken down. No-namers, you guys have the chance to make a name for yourself, and well, you guys might be leaving the tournament without changing that team name. A couple kills being exchanged by both of the sides, but nothing much. Damn, Shax and Lover alive. Oh, what was that play by Nami? He gets that kill on the Shax. He could have gotten the second one as well, but he brings it down to a 1-on-2. And with nothing to work with, only a couple upgraded pistols, they've actually made it a doable situation for Maelstrom if he can salvage a weapon from somewhere. And with a lot of dead comrades and enemies, that might be the case. Now he's spotted by Lover. He's going for the fight. Looks like Dam's going to be the one defending his teammate while they go for the plant. And Dam eventually takes him down. 14-4 is the scoreline. And here's a quick look at the scoreboard. ASD is leading the charge with 19 kills, along with Fireon, who's tied. And on the other hand, it seems like there's a bit of a carry situation going on the CT side. 3 players tied for kills, while Hansel and Maelstrom are pretty much struggling right now. I mean, I understand that some people have support roles and all, but it's just every support player, they need to kind of hold their own weight as well in terms of weapons. And it looks like the round, it must be canceled because the players are complaining that they've got issues. Well, it looks like there are some technical issues, so Excuse me while we just watch these players mess around while I take a huge bite of my burger. Alright, while I was eating my burger, HSB just gave me a shout out. Huge props, bro. I'm glad you're enjoying the casting and along with your team. Love your stuff as well. I mean, you guys are great players, and one of my favorite teams to cast is actually Portal, so they always bring out the heat. That is some great stuff. But getting back into this game, it looks like we're going to be resetting to 14-4 with 5,000 because the players have all agreed that they should start from 5,000. They've got, we had some technical issues going on. They couldn't buy nades. I mean, this is sort of something that's expected, like, in every tournament. This kind of stuff happens. Both of the players, both of the teams, their players have agreed to getting 5,000 each as they start on 14-4. I hope we can get it live very, very soon. This game is sort of still looking like it's gonna go in the way of Sig 5. I mean, they're gonna have to wait for maps 2 and 3 if they want to prove themselves. I mean, no-namers, you guys really need to step things up because you're getting dominated right now. So, getting back into the game, I know the score doesn't show up, but it is 14-4. Damn already gets the opening kill on Hansel. Brings it down to a 5-on-4, and look at this boost from Zon. Interesting stuff, but it's going to be very, very useless as all the players from the T side are on B. Very unfortunate stuff indeed. Looks like the B execute is coming in now. Shax and ASD, the first men in. ASD missing so many of his shots, but he still managed to secure the kill. Maelstrom, last line of defense, gets taken down in water. A 4-on-2. Spooky and Zon, they have to try to make this 2 versus 4 happen. Zon takes down Dam, but Lover responds with a kill of his own. A 1-on-3. Zon has to fight against these 3 fully kitted players, but he gets a kill with a Molotov. 2 players left to take care of, ASD and Fireon. ASD is quite low on HP, 24 points, but he doesn't get a single kill after that. And well, there's the GoTV bug. The map switching before we even get to see the last round. Amazing stuff. Thank you, CSGO. I love you guys at Valve. Fix your GoTV stuff. So, yeah. Spoiler alert, they lost the last round, and we're moving into the second map. And before we go live with the next game, we're going to take a short break because I really want to finish my burger.
Every morning you wake up and you reaching out for me. Found you someone you could have just temporarily. And everything you wanted, I knew every part about you, from your head to your toes, from your heart to your soul. And I don't wanna know, so why you gotta be that honest for? I ain't hold your heart no more. Why you gotta make me insecure? Who's loving you? I don't wanna know right now. Who's loving you? Who's touching you? I don't wanna know right now. Who's texting you? God no. I don't wanna know right now. Who's loving you? Who's touching you? Who's loving you? Who's loving you? Who's touching you? Who's texting you? Who's texting you? Who's loving you? I don't wanna know. Every morning I wake up a little richer, a little more alone. He got spots to find on his own. I found so long ago. Hope you don't cry no more. Why you gotta be so insecure? Who's loving you? I don't wanna know right now. Who's loving you? Who's touching you? I don't wanna know right now. Who's texting you? God no. I don't wanna know right now. Who's loving you? Who's touching you? Who's loving you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going live with the knife round in the second map of the best of 3 series. It's Sig 5 versus No Namers. This is the second map. It's Inferno. The first map was Overpass, and the scoreline was 16-4. The pistol round is now rolling out on Inferno. And looking at the buys here, the T's, they're focused mostly on just their Kevlar. They've got a smoke, they've got a couple flashes, and it looks like they're doing a fast rush here. They've already moved out of Boiler. I'm not sure if the CTs are going to be expecting this. They're moving towards the arches. Hunzel gets the first kill, and now the information has been relayed to the rest of the CTs. No Namers, they really have a chance to bring this back and take this to the third map, and I'm not sure why the camera is just showing a dead guy. There we go. Finally off of him. A 5-on-4 now. Surprisingly, a very slow round considering the fact that the T's had already moved towards arches in the first, like, what, 10 seconds of the round? But now the B push is coming in. Shax gets the first kill. Nami trying to hold his own all the way back here from triple. And it's pretty much a cleanup after the first kill from Hunzel. I mean, oh, the terrorists really brought it back. For a second there, I thought the CTs had a chance in the pistol round, but I mean, Sig 5, they had the perfect positions to deal with them. It's mostly about aim in the pistol round, and I feel like Team Sig 5 just had it in the bag. And it looks like there's a bit of a technical issue with the death cam. So hopefully we can get that sorted out. Looks like the players and probably the server manager, they're just trying to fix the issues here. By the way, guys, for everybody roasting me in the YouTube comments, I am not eating while while the microphone is on. It's just, I don't know how Mythica has set up her microphone. It just picks up everything. Like, even if I was just drinking water, it picks it up, and it probably sounds like I'm eating. I was done with my burger when we were paused. I do wish I had another one though. I mean, I feel like just going out to KFC after this. I mean, I just ordered KFC, and I kind of want to go there just so I can eat again. I could never be an ASMR streamer though. I mean, for the guy that said ASMR, I would be the worst ASMR streamer ever, because I sneeze like every 3 seconds. If there are people watching my stream just laying back in their chair with like their headphones on max and they're just trying to enjoy the sounds, They would probably die after I sneeze. And Aisha, I'm pretty sure they can hear you like laughing in the background. If I had known that this pause was gonna be so long, I would have just waited and enjoyed my burger, okay? Because I just like scarfed it down. I just shoved it down my throat. All right, boys. I think we're in it for the whole 9 yards. We're gonna be waiting for quite a bit, so we're just gonna take a break and play some music for you while you wait. I think that rhymed. Did it? It sounded like a rhyme there.
No, you didn't.
Well, anyway, that's a break. Alright, so we're going live again. A very long pause, but I mean, I don't care. I was just chilling. And only 40 years later, we've seen the unpause come in. The players have finally figured out how to fix the server. The scoreline is 1-0, but the players have agreed to start on $3,500. So let's see what happens here. It's gonna be very difficult to keep track of the scoreline. It just won up for I mean, whatever scoreline is on the T side, they've won an extra round over that because of how the scoreboard is showing up. But 1-0 right now, favor of T side. A very slow round now, and this reset actually gives the CTs the advantage because you're not supposed to have 3.5k if you lose the round. So this is a little bit unfair for the T side, but I guess they've agreed to it, so they don't mind. The bomb is being rotated towards a banana. I do feel like they're going to be making a B play happen, especially since there isn't that much time left on the clock. 50 seconds. One player on the T side playing from boiler, probably trying to make a distraction happen. Does he have a smoke? That's the question. He doesn't have any utility to try to distract, except a P90. I mean, a P90 is a pretty big distraction though, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just walks in willy-nilly and gets all 3 kills. If the T's actually manage to get into bomb site B, all they're gonna have to deal with are 2 players. But now the rotation is being called in from the CT side as well. They're sending 1 player to try to help their buddies out. Nami playing from the pillar. He gets the first kill. A 6-shot with the UMP. Oh, Zon doing a lot of damage as well with the Deagle. Nami is still holding on to his life. Staying in dark. And it's all down to Shax now. Can he make the 1 versus 3 happen? There are only 6 seconds left on the clock, and now he's way too far from the bomb site. Finally gets taken down, and I think he was looking for the fight intentionally because he wouldn't want to get killed after the timer expired. Now the scoreline is tied 1-1. The terrorists on an economic setback. They've got a few pistols to work with, a few sets of Kevlar. A bit of utility on Shax as well, so I guess they're gonna have to do a fast execute. They're just gonna gamble everything here. I mean, they've got a couple smokes and flashes. They're gonna use them, and they're just gonna walk in. Hanzel, he gets a kill, and with the help of his buddy, they're gonna get the second one as well. A 5-on-3. Nami is pushing up behind the T's. There's pretty much nothing they can do as they're gonna get sandwiched. Especially after Nami just climbed up there. I mean, they had nowhere to run. Shax all alone. He gets taken down as well, and that was pretty expected. The scoreline is 2-1 in the favor of the CT side now. Team No Namers, they're actually putting up a pretty good fight, partially due to the fact that they had 3.5k on the second round when they shouldn't have, but I still want to see how this game rolls out. I mean, that isn't that much of an advantage. The T side, they've got no money to work with. I mean, they've got money, but they're going to be saving it so that they can buy up in the next round. They want to have a proper gun round going, so they're just saving right now. And it should be a quick cleanup on Banana. But look at this play from the T's. They've got the bomb all the way over on A. What they're trying to do is try to bait out the players who were the B so that they can get a plant. ASD, though, sneaks around Hunzel and gets a kill. Fireon left all alone. He does have the bomb, though. He can definitely try to get a bomb plant. But if the CTs are just hot on their toes, there is no way he's going to get it. Still a minute to work with. He could try something cheeky, but Maelstrom spots his head, and that's going to be it. 3-1 in the favor of the CT side. Team No Namers. They're actually putting up a pretty good fight so far, but we have yet to see the gun rounds, and that is where the action actually unfolds. A bit of utility being bought here by the T side, but not much, as they're going to be focusing on their AK-47s and head armor. They're up against M4. So that head armor is very important because it's so an M4 is much deadlier than an AK-47 if it's up against players that don't have head armor. And it's simply because of the fact that they have a better fire rate and they can do one-hit headshots on players that don't have head armor. So that's something you have to look out for. The only advantage that the T's have is the fact that their AK-47 can one-hit headshot, while the CTs have no weapon except the AWP perhaps, or the Deagle that can one-shot headshot. And I'm not gonna get into the details about the Scout can do one-hit headshots, whatever, man. I get it. Quite a slow round coming in here. Barely any damage has been exchanged except for that, I think it was a nade on Dam that got him down to 86 points of health. 55 seconds left on the clock, and there has been no plays made. All of the terrorists' attention has been focused all the way on B. All 5 players in Banana, and the CTs, they are not ready for it. They've got only two players on B right now, 3 players on A, and the terrorists go very, very fast. They can actually catch them by surprise. Oh, the Molotov though, wasting a bit of time, but Shax is determined to push in. He smokes it out. They're moving in now. And a couple kills being exchanged. Oh, a lucky shot there by Maelstrom as he gets a headshot through the smoke. Zon holding his position tight, gets damage Shax, and that was pretty much a steamroll for the T side. ASD, last man standing. 1 versus 4. Oh, he's gonna get a double kill as they line up for him. Looking for the third as well, and he's gonna find it. It's a 1 versus 1. Ladies and gentlemen, could he actually get the 1 versus 1? Oh, but there's not enough time for the bomb. What a good play there, but he wasn't able to get it. And he doesn't get any money for dying. That was so unfortunate. He could have made it work so well, but just because of the timer, he got punished so hard. Gets 3 kills, but doesn't get the round. Very unfortunate indeed. And just that timer could have influenced the round completely. So the scoreline is 4-1 in the favor of the counter-terrorists, and no-namers, they're doing a really good job of just doing what Sig5 did to them in the previous map. I mean, Overpass was pretty much a cleanup from the T side, 16-4. I mean, I know that we didn't get to see the last round, which is kind of a bummer, but still. Must have been a cleanup. And the unpause has been called in. Hopefully they've got all of their tactics sorted out. Everything is in control. And I want to see Sig5 in the form that they were playing on Overpass. There is a good chance that Team No-Namers are just not familiar with Overpass. So they were just making all sorts of mistakes, like I pointed out over and over. I want to see if their play is different on Inferno, though, because so far they've already gotten the amount of rounds that they had on Overpass in total in the first 5 rounds. A bit of action in the apartments. Shags gets taken down to 29 points of health, but he brings down Spooky to 16 as well. Lots of damage. And I think the terrorists have realized that they need to make fast plays happen. They had 2 rounds so far that I personally noticed where they barely had any time to work with as they were moving in. Zon, with his really good positioning, he managed to get Fireon. I mean, that's a really cheeky angle to play from. I mean, if you're standing on top of the plank, it's just so easy to get a shot off without your opponent even realizing that you're up there. And this is pretty much a cleanup from the CT side yet again. A 5-1 scoreline. The counter-terrorists, they're just dominating the T's. The counter-terrorists fully kitted out. They've got rifles. They got an AWP. They've got as much utility as they want, and they're not going to be upgrading the FAMAS because they know that they're up against upgraded pistols. 2 sets of Kevlar, a couple flashbangs, and a smoke. Things are not looking so good for Sig5. The nades rolling in from the CT side, already taking down a player and doing plenty of damage to the rest of them as well. Now, all the T's can hope for is just to do a bit of damage and just give the round away to the CT side. And Zon is making even the damage a lot harder as he takes down the second player actually with his AWP, gets the third. Oh, his AWP is akin to Fireon's AWP in Overpass. This is really reminding me of what No-Namers I mean, what Sig 5 did to No Namers in the previous map. Six to 1 is the scoreline. And we're finally seeing a gun round where both of the teams are fully kitted out. Lots of utility on the T side as well. So I want to see Sig 5 turn things around. Quite a slow round here. Some action here in apartments. Lover is trying to pre-fire the angles. Oh, tags his teammate down a little bit. Unfortunate, but I don't think that's going to be to affect the outcome of the round. I'm not sure why all of the players are just doing team damage all of a sudden. Shax, he knew that Spooky was there because of the positioning being given away by the Molotov. The Molotov was coming from a trajectory that made it very obvious that he was on top of the shelter. A 3 versus 5. The CTs might finally be losing their vice grip on the rounds. Hansel, though, with a double kill, brings it down to a 3-on-3. This could be a game changer the way he played that position. Damn. Is trying to make something happen as he gets the first kill. I mean, the CTs, they could have definitely made something happen off of the kills that Hansel got, but that's not going to be enough. The terrorists, it looks like they're back in the game. 6-2 is the scoreline. And the CTs, they still have enough money to buy up. They can... I think they have to forego a bit of utility. Nope, that's not going to be the case either. They've got four rifles and AWP that they've picked up. And it is still a gun round in the truest sense of the word. Plenty of utility on both sides. Lots of weaponry, full armor. And it looks like ASD has won the aim duel in second mid. Hansel gets taken down. And it looks like Sig 5 are finally stepping up again. They're looking like the team that they were on Overpass. They've gotten the first 2 kills. The gun round is completely just tilted in the favor of the T side. I'm really interested in seeing what the CTs can do with a couple assault rifles and an AWP. If they can stop the pushes, a single player, a lone defender on bomb site A, is he going to be able to hold up against the 5 players that are about to storm him on bomb site A? The flashbang blinding Shax, and he gets taken down as well. But with just 1 kill on the board in this round, that was not enough damage being done by the player on A. Maelstrom and Zahn, I don't think they're gonna go for the retake. They're in the Arch's position. They have no way that they can cover the crossfires. They don't have much utility to work with. Just a molly and a flashbang, and they're so far away right now because they've just backed off. They want to make sure that they can save. They don't want to get hunted down. And the thing about saving an AWP is that it can completely change the outcome of a round. If you can save a rifle and an AWP, you're pretty much on a gun round, because if your player can get the opening kill, you've got another weapon that you can salvage, and that just gives you the numbers advantage as well. So that kind of just reduces the tension that you have, or the stress, or the disadvantage of having a pistol player, simply because they don't have a player on the enemy team. Looks like we're seeing a match pause. 6-3 is the scoreline. No Namer still in a lead, but it looks like Sig 5 might be shaking things up a little bit, making things a lot tougher for No Namers. Looks like the unpause has been called, and we're seeing Another gun round. Like I said, the counter-terrorists, since they were able to save up an AWP and an M4, they had plenty of money to go around. A slower round than usual. No-namers. They've got 3 players on A and 2 players on the aggressive banana setup. They want to make sure that they can just nip it in the bud before they actually get into bomb site B. It's the way that you have to play banana on B is just that you have to show some aggression early on, because if you can let them get in, it's just so easy for the terrorists to win the aim duels and smoke you out and make it very difficult. But it looks like the terrorists are finally making the execute happen. Damn, blocked by the Molotov. The CT is delaying it for their teammates, perhaps to rotate or just to damage the terrorists as much as they can, putting them in a tougher spot by running down the timer. 3 players still on A. It's going to be very difficult for the T's to actually make anything happen. Damn. Takes down Maelstrom. It's a 4-on-5. A 4-on-4 as Hanzel takes down Shax. A lot of action is about to happen as the terrorists are moving into bomb site A. ASD takes down Hanzel. A few kills being exchanged here and there. And Spooky just playing off of that pit position. Gets a 3K. Lover, last man standing. 17 seconds on the clock and he doesn't even have the bomb. There is no way he can run to a bomb site after picking up the bomb. So no-namers, they're going to be giving Sig 5 the fight that they deserve, making things very difficult in comparison to Overpass, and I feel like this is going to be a lot tougher, a lot more exciting than the previous game. Scoreline is 7-3. Spooky's already gotten the first kill on mid. A nice opening by the CT side. 5-on-4. The CTs can just hang back, use their utility to delay the terrorists as much as possible now. And they look like a completely different team on this map. I mean, they're playing so well. They're being very calculated compared to Sig 5, who are running down the timer way too much to be able to do anything. Damn, though, might be changing things around a bit as he takes down Maelstrom. 4-on-4. The terrorists have the numbers advantage as they move into bomb site A. 2 players waiting on bomb site A to try to defend, but the CTs, they're going to be rotating one as well. They're still up against 3 players. I mean, 4-on-3, it's very easy for the CT side to hold, especially since the T's, they're not making a fake happen, they're just letting the rotations happen. And that is what the CTs are pretty much capitalizing on. ASD, though, in a 1-on-4, he's already gotten the first 2 kills. He can definitely clutch this round, and we almost saw a clutch in the previous game where he almost did it with a deagle. I want to see if he can actually close out a clutch. Gets the AWP, out-dueling a person that is scoped in on him. That is nasty. The bomb goes down. 7-3-5-5-6-0-8. The bomb code memorized by ASD. But unfortunately, he's not going to be looking to his right. Gets taken down. And that's going to be another failed clutch. Just shy of 1 kill like always. Eight to 3 is the scoreline. I mean, ASD, he could have gotten that clutch, but he was a bit unfortunate. But he shouldn't be put in a clutch situation to begin with. The terrorists are pretty much making the mistake that they're not throwing any fakes. So the CTs, they can comfortably rotate. They know that even if they're on like a 3 versus 5 disadvantage, they can just send all the players to one bomb site. It's not going to matter. Nobody's going to be affected by it. Now the terrorists, they're in a 5-on-3. Kill being secured by Dam. Maelstrom being the lone defender here on bomb site A. He gets 2 kills. He's looking for the 3rd. Out of bullets. Switches to the USP, but that is not quick enough. The bomb goes down now. 3 versus 2. Zon and Nami. They have to try to go for the retake. Impossible positions here as the terrorists have set up a crossfire. One rotating in from arches. One from mid. ASD gets an AWP shot. Not even a shoulder peek by Nami, as they know that they don't have much time to try to secure every angle, and now Zaan's just backing off, saving that AWP, because I'm sure that they want to buy up the next round if they can save the AWP on Zaan. Or perhaps they're going to go for upgraded pistols and just let Zaan work out picks. And that's something that works for a lot of teams. You can just have an AWP player that runs around in the map, tries to catch everybody off guard, and he can get a couple kills just off of that. Like, if a player calls that there's an AWP player that just kills you on A, the terrorists are going to try to go B. What the CTs might do is that they can get a kill on A, and then they just set the then they just send the AWP player all the way to B. So if they rotate, they're gonna have another AWP player. That just makes a terrorist feel like they're so constricted. There's an AWP everywhere, even though there's just one AWP player playing from many different positions. Banana control already established by the T side. Not good news for the CTs, as it's going to be a lot easier for them to move in, and all the players from the CT side are actually playing from CT spawn. Zaan finally wisening up and rotating to construction, because it's next to impossible to try to take back the bomb site if you're all playing from CT spawn and the bomb has been put down. A minute and 10 seconds on the clock. Banana control has been given up by the terrorists in exchange for some control on mid. And this is going to be disastrous if they go A again. They're making this mistake over and over. The CTs are playing 3 players on A, 2 players on B, and as soon as they walk in, they get demolished. I mean, the terrorists don't realize that there are 2 players still in apartments. I guess the only saving grace that they have is the fact that the CTs don't have much to work with. They've only got pistols. And that's where the MAC-10 comes handy. It's very cheap, gives you a lot of money, and it's very, very easy to kill people that don't have head armor with it. Especially with the aim punch. It makes it next to impossible to get shut down by P250s and 5.7s simply because you're getting aim punched if you don't have any armor. Well, the bomb has been put down. The terrorists might be finally getting a round, which would make the scoreline 8-5 a lot more doable if they get on the CT side. The T side definitely disadvantageous for any teams that play. So getting 5 to 6 rounds on the T side is sort of expected on a map like Inferno. The terrorists, though, they want to make sure that they can do as much damage as possible. Zaan managing to save the AWP yet again, and I think that's being reflected by his deaths. He has the lowest deaths in the entire game, and that's because he's constantly saving the AWP. I suppose he's making good use of it, but everybody sort of needs to step up. They're losing the grip that they once had on the rounds. 8-5 is the scoreline. Gonna be very difficult to do anything on the T side if they give up an 8-7 scoreline. 3-4. The terrorists still at the advantage. And bomb site B has been taken over. The full execute coming in. A re-smoke to make sure that nobody can come from CT spawn. And all the CTs are in CT spawn. This just makes it so difficult for them to even try to play opposing angles. One Molotov and they're all going to be done for. Oh, it looks like the Molotov is going to be taking ASD out of position. The CTs are going for the retake. They've gotten the first kill. Lover's in a great position, though, to punish them. And the lineup, not going to happen. Lover only gets a single kill. But still, with 2 players alive on the terrorist side and the time ticking down, Hansel's going to have to back off. Not even given the opportunity to do that. Gets taken down. And well, the scoreline's 8-6. Things are not looking good for no-namers anymore. I feel like they're just gonna get destroyed once they get on the T side, because these rounds are so close, and Sig 5 are putting up such a good fight, despite the fact that they're on the worst side. couple kills being exchanged on mid equalizes the numbers. And with the kind of weaponry I'm seeing on the CT side and the plays, it wouldn't be so surprising if this half ends 8-7. But that was some sheer negligence by the T side. Wow, I don't know how that happens. He was just tapping away on mid, managed to get 2 kills despite the fact that there were 2 players there. They could have easily shut him down just by making a quick turn and shutting him down. It took him way too long to get those kills, but he still did, and that's a mistake on the terrorist side. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a 9-6 half because Lover's only on 14 points of health. Meanwhile, Spooky and Hanzo, they're on collective HP more than 100. A UMP and an AK-47, they're playing the opposing angles as well. All Spooky has to do is just tap him once with a UMP, just lightly tap him and he's done for. Lover trying to clear out the side, but he's given away his position. Spooky. Oh, that could have been deadly for Spooky because he accidentally touched a Molotov, and that gave away his position. So Lover could have absolutely gotten that round based off of a pre-fire. And the scoreline for the first half is 9-6. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing the piss around go live now for the second half. Let's see if Sick 5 are actually sick on the CT side. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live again with the pistol round. 9-6 to the scoreline. No namers. They're in the lead with 9 points, while Sick 5 they've got 6. And it shouldn't be long before the pistol round goes live. Just the match is paused while they fix the server settings. Well, there's the unpause. Both captains have decided to unpause. The freeze time is ticking down. 10 seconds until we're back in the action. And for anybody that is tuning in late, these are the Gamebird offline qualifiers for Islamabad. Talent from all over the country is going to be competing in Gamebird, and I'm super stoked about it. I'm really looking forward to the rest of this tournament. Looks like no-namers, they're looking for an A play. Fireon has already been tagged down to 3 points of health. This could make things a lot trickier for Sick 5. 4 players playing on A though, so I mean I was fully expecting that the terrorists would get just shut down simply because of the numbers on the CT side, but that is not going to be the case. ASD, a 1 versus 4, but it is a pistol round, so he could make something happen. And with just a quick tap from Nami, ASD goes down. Another round on the board for no-namers. The scoreline is 10-6. Looking at the terrorist buy, they've got all 5 SMGs, 3 MAC-10s, 2 UMPs, and that's all about the aim punch. They want to make sure that they don't get shut down by the USPs without spending too much money. No-namers moving into bomb site A. They're getting everything ready. The mollies, everything is just rolling out. Shax gets 1 kill. He's looking for the second, but that's not going to happen as Hansel moves in to help his teammate out. I mean, the USPs can be quite deadly on on long range, but up against MAC-10s, you're just fighting a losing battle. ASD, though, he can make some damage happen because I think nobody is expecting him to be there. All the terrorists were just looking away, but now Zahn is spotting. And judging by the time on the bomb, this round has been taken away by the T side. 11-6 is the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. Could we be seeing a third map? This is so close to going to a third map, and that's going to make things so saucy, so exciting. Because everybody in the chat was just supporting SIC-5. They thought that no-namers were just out of the tournament, they were done for. But now SIC-5 are getting a run for their money. Looking at the buys on both sides, they've got all rifles on the T side while only pistols on the CT side, and there's the execute. Very quick round already. But Lover, he's gotten 2 kills with the CZ75, being very patient, not even losing a single point of health, and he's already done so much damage to the T side. On the other hand, the terrorists, they're moving into A. That is a good plan by them. They sent 2 players all the way on B while rotating quickly to A. The bomb should comfortably go down. Zahn is in the position to shut everybody down, but he gets 1 kill. Shax with the AK-47 that he's managed to salvage, and Kevlar. This is definitely doable for the CT side, despite the fact that we were expecting it just to be a cleanup. Damn, misses his first deagle shot. He's looking for more. Oh, what a flick there. Nami left all alone, and he has to try to fight for the bomb because they don't want to give up the advantage to the CT side. Oh, what a play there by Nami. A triple as he defends the bomb. Insane stuff. I was not expecting that. Just holding they tried to hold the defuse, but Nami still managed to clutch it for his team, and this is what's keeping no-namers alive in this tournament. 12-6 is the scoreline. 4 points away from the win, and I'm so sorry if there's these insane FPS drops. I'm not sure what is going on, and I guess I'm going to have to fix them very soon. My apologies for what's going on, though. To all the viewers, I'm so sorry that the game is looking a bit choppy. We'll fix that before the next map goes live, if it does, or the next game, because we can't pause between a game. But getting back into the game now, we did miss a bit of the action. 4 versus 2 is the situation. The CT side, they've only got 2 players left, but Shax is going to be making quick work of Spooky, but eventually gets taken down by Hansel. It's a 1-on-3 Lover. He will have to get a 3K clutch to make something happen, but the bomb has already gone down. He's so far away, wasting a lot of time coming all the way here. He's gotten the first kill. Can he get the second and a third? That's the question. Getting tagged down to 75 points of health. The bomb is ticking quickly. He has a kid though, so he could definitely clutch this round. He's in the bomb site. He is in it for the win. Gets the kill onto Zahn despite the fact that he's flashed. Now he has to get Hansel, who is higher HP than him. Hansel, though, managed to get the kill, and that was an exercise in futility for Lover. The scoreline is 13-6 now. 3 rounds away for no-namers to get the big W and take it to map number 3. Well, the unpause has been called. And this is something that Sig 5 need. They need those pauses right now because they're getting steamrolled. Looking at the buys here, upgraded pistols for the CT side along with a set of Kevlar for Lover. And on the other hand, the T's are fully equipped with all the rifles that they could need, except Nami, who's on an SMG, and that's a good idea to have an SMG on the team just in case you're against pistols, and you need to build up the economy. The terrorists, it looks like they're making a play for B, just faking it out while they've got the bomb all the way over on A. They're rotating another player to B. This is going to be a very convincing fake as they've got 3 players going towards B now. They just want to make sure the CTs rotate before they go in with the bomb, and that's a good idea to do in rounds that are anti-ecos. The pistols are incredibly deadly on close angles, and you want to make sure that the CTs are in the process of rotating or at least rotated already while you move into the bomb site. But now Lover's the last line of defense here on B. He gets a kill with just a CZ75 to work with, and he is quite good with it. I mean, Lover has been impressive with the CZ75 so far. Shax and ASD, I don't think they're going to be going for the retake. They do have a couple pistols that they could save. But, well, it's not much of an investment, so doesn't really matter. At this point, what ASD should hope for is try to get an exit kill and then just run away with a weapon. He almost got an exit kill because Zahn got it for him. That's funny. (14-6) at the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be seeing map 3. I mean, in my opinion, there is no way that Sig 5 can come back from this. Just 2 rounds left until we see a W and a tie. Very slow round coming in from both of the teams. The positioning from the CT's side. They've got 3 players on A. They've got 1 playing from the bomb site, watching apartments, making sure that nobody creeps out of that smoke. 1 in pit, the default position. I mean, you should always have a player in pit because it's such a tricky angle to clear out, especially from apartments. And they've got 1 in library as a rotator. He can approach from arches or library as he chooses. And with 2 players on B, they don't really have much to do right now because 55 seconds are on the clock, and the T's are moving into A. The CTs are well equipped to deal with this. They've got 3 players ready. They've got all crossfires. Let's see what happens here. Lover, he spots Nami, gets the first kill. He's going to be looking for Spooky as well, but Shax is going to be there to take him apart. Zahn in a 1 versus 4. Sig 5, they might actually be putting up a few rounds now. Shax Takes down Zon to 9 points of health, and they should shut him down before he saves the weapon, and that's going to be the case. Fireon takes him down, and the scoreline is now 14-7. Could Sig 5 actually come back from this? That's the question. But I'm really doubting it simply because of the insane round lead. They could prove me wrong, though. I mean, I did say that they were gonna take it to map 3, but I could be proven wrong in just 7 rounds. Sorry, 9 rounds, because it's 14-7. Looking at the buy here from the T side, they've got 3 AK-47s, a MAC-10, and an upgraded pistol on a Nami. Everybody has sets of Kevlar. While on the CT side, they're fully equipped in terms of weaponry. They've got a double op setup, but they have barely any utility right now. I guess they've used all their initial smokes. Fireon, though, he's gonna punish Zon for even trying to cross. I think that's the Fireon we were waiting for, the one that's on fire, not the one that's just chilling in a bathtub, not giving a damn about the game. That was a pun about the fact that there's a guy called Damn in the game. You know what? No. I'm just gonna let it slide. Five on 3 now as ASD rips apart the head of Nami. Not gonna be a nuisance anymore to the CT side. But it's a 3 on 3 now as Maelstrom, Spooky, and Hanzo have to try to make something happen. Fireon is not missing his shots anymore. He is on fire. A 3 on 2. Looking quite difficult for the T side, but Spooky, he gets a kill through the smoke. That worked out for him beautifully. But now Fireon is on the rotate. He gets Spooky as well. He's got 3 kills under his belt. Can he make it the 4K? He would have single-handedly saved the round for his team. Hanzo taps away at ASD and gets the head as well. Oh, this positioning from Fireon was nasty. Barely showing an elbow. And he rips apart Hanzo. The scoreline is 14-8. They're 6 rounds away from tying things up, so that's still a long way to go, but a couple rounds out of those are going to be free since they're going to be on ecos. Four M4s and an AWP on the CT side, while an eco is coming in from the Ts. They've got 3 upgraded pistols, CC, and 4 actually. But it looks like the action is already about to happen. Shags, this should be a steamroll here. Zon and Spooky go down. Shags going for the reload, and I think he's going to look for more action, but he's not going to get it because Lover and Dam have already taken down the rest of the team. Maelstrom, last man standing, taps away with a P250, manages to get a kill, and it's a 1 on 3 now. He doesn't have the bomb. He's sandwiched by all the CTs here. Fireon missing his shot. He's going to get severely punished for it as he gets taken down by the P250. Way too much damage being done by Maelstrom for the fact that he didn't even have armor and all he had was an upgraded pistol. Fireon shouldn't have approached like that as they lost an AWP for no reason. Well, I think they managed to salvage it. I'm not sure because his AWP does look like it was picked up. And there's a funny thing about the GoTV. The weapons that are grayed out are actually the ones that you've picked up from the ground rather than buying them. Talking about the action though, 5 AK-47s on the T side. Let's see what use they're going to make out of it. And I think no-namers, they're going for a fake again. That's something that was working out for them. The CTs were just hot on their heels. They were rotating immediately. And now they've got 2 players on B. They're throwing a fake and they'll be going all the way back to A. That might draw the attention of the CTs, but doesn't look like it's the case so far. On the A side, they're playing 2 players from Shelter, 1 all the way in Pit. And this is a really good crossfire setup. Lover goes down. Hanzo gets traded out. It is a 3 on 4. Not a good position to be in as a CT side because they've got 2 players on Shelter and they were way too slow in killing the enemies. That cost them their life. The refrags should come in a snap, especially since it's very hard to reposition from Shelter. You need like a good 2 to 3 seconds to jump away. The execute is about to happen on bomb site A. Barely any smokes, actually. Not much of an execute. Just a flashbang. And Fireon is going to be saving the round. Gets 2 kills. A 3 versus 1 in the blink of an eye. How does that happen? I am not sure at all. But that is the case. 14-10, ladies and gentlemen. They might be shutting them down before they go to map 3. This would be insane stuff, and that is exactly where they needed the pause. Now, no-namers, they're starting to realize that there might not be a map 3 to prove themselves. They might just stay as no-namers. They need to discuss their strategy, and they need to do it fast. They're 4 rounds away from the tie and 2 rounds away from the L. Getting back into the game, the unpause has been called in. Upgraded pistols on the T side, and like I said, there are going to be a couple ecos here and there, so it's going to be a lot closer. I mean, it's going to be a lot easier to make the comeback happen than 6 rounds. Fireon, he's gotten the opening kill, making things a lot tougher for the T side, but this should be a throwaway round anyway. Zon gets the first kill, a 4-on-4, a lover. Spraying away, he gets 2 kills, and Zon is the last one standing. Does a little bit of damage, but that's not going to be enough. Oh boy, 14-11. This is the comeback of the tournament, and this is the first game that I'm casting. How? How does that happen? This is insane stuff. I was not expecting to see anything like this in the first game. 14-11. 3 rounds away before they hit 14, and I think they have the momentum for the comeback already. Fireon, like I said, he is hitting all the shots that he needs to. Gets Maelstrom, and now it is a 5-on-4. The terrorists have to rethink their strategy. They have to make a different play simply because they've already lost a player. They've got a player on second mid. They've got 2 players in apartments and a player rotating towards mid. This is definitely going to be an A play. This is an A play if I've ever seen one. With 1 minute and 10 seconds though, they could definitely switch. They could definitely switch strategies. They can go for something else, but right now they're looking pretty decisive. The bomb is going towards short. Arches has been smoked off. Will Nami push through the smoke though? If he does, well, the smoke's faded anyway, so no point in contemplating over it. But Fireon is waiting in Arches. A smart play by Nami to try to smoke it out before he moves in. But Fireon, staying true to his name, throws a Molotov to stop them. The time is ticking down quickly though. 35 seconds left. Spooky, first man in and first man to go down in the play. A 5-on-3, the terrorists. This is looking like next to impossible for them because of the position that Shax is playing from, and he's gonna have the support of Lover. And it worked out exactly like I said it would. Hunzel, last man to go down, and now it's a 14-12. My God, I don't know what to say about Team Sick 5 right now. I mean, they truly are sick. Looks like we're seeing a match pause. Not sure if it's a tactical one or a technical one, but we're just gonna have to wait and find out. Getting back into the game, the unpause has been called in, and looking at the setup from the CT side, they're fully kitted out as much as they could be. And the buy on the T side is quite shaky. A couple AK-47s, a Galil, and banana control has already been established by the T side. 3 players from the CT side on B though. They knew that a B rush was about to come in because they were going they were going to A in all the rounds. So much attention on B. And now the terrorists are rotating to A. The bomb is going back. All the players are going back. And luckily for them, they didn't lose a single player. But they've lost a lot more than 100 HP in the whole ordeal. And now Shax is going to be the only one that is doing any damage here. This was a cleanup. I'm surprised that it was, but it was a cleanup. I mean, the CTs played it perfectly. They had 3 players to begin with on B. They got the nades, they had the mollies and everything. They did enough damage to stop them. And then as soon as they went on A, they were already ready to get taken down by the CTs because they had barely any HP to work with. They were tagged down on behalf of the CTs. Looks like there's another match pause. Probably because they're waiting for some kind of server issue. And the unpause has been called. Let's see the weaponry. And Maelstrom going for an unconventional buy here. He's got an SG, 2 Galils on Spooky and Hansel, a Deagle on Zon, and a Mac 10 on Nami. And that's simply because they don't have any money to work with. They just have to buy up whatever they can. Fireon getting the opening kill, and he is leading the charge right now. Getting so many good kills. And whoop, there's the PowerPoint presentation. My bad, guys. My bad. Alright, we are really going to have to fix this after the game, but talking about the game here. Oh, the CTs, they are making quick work of them. $14-14 is going to be the scoreline, if I'm not wrong. I just have to make sure. We are 1 round away from the match point. At this point, this is just insane. Is there a way I can fix this PowerPoint presentation without actually closing the game? Because if somebody knows how to do that, that would be really appreciated. Look at the action here, though. 3-on-1. I think Sig5 might lose the game. And that is simply because of the fact that... Oh, there's... Amazing! You guys make me miss all the action and then you fix the game. Thank you, Valve. Fireon, he doesn't have any time to save the round. Trying to be a bit of a Kenny S. 15-14 in the favor... 15-14 in the favor of Team No Namers. I can't believe they won that last round when they were about to go on the match point. Like, other than that, they were just being delivered a comeback like no tomorrow. Alright, so last round, ladies and gentlemen. The players have agreed to starting at 15 to 14 on $5,000 per player. So this is going to be an exciting gun round. We're probably not going to see any AWPs. I'm really curious to see if Fireon would go for the glass cannon when he's on $5,000. And it shouldn't be long before the game goes live again. And there it is. 10 seconds. The game is live now. Well, never mind. Looks like the players are at a disagreement on how much money they should have, since they're starting up. They're starting up again on 15 to 14. Now the game is live. Everything is in order, and it looks like we are seeing an AWP because all the players were given a lot more money than they expected. This is the one round that Sick 5 need to win. They need to take it to overtime so they can actually make something happen. They want to stop map number 3 before it goes there, because at that point it's anybody's game, a 1-to-1. And on No Namers, from No Namers' perspective, they needed to go to map 3. Looking at the positioning here from the CT side, they've got 3 players situated on A. And look at this positioning from the T's. They're moving the bomb slowly, ever so slowly, towards A. They might get punished for it, though. I mean, 3 players from the CT side already there. And Shax is indecisive about whether he's going to play A or whether he's going to play B. And he's just checking arches, probably watching the cross. The T's are about to storm bomb site A. Everything is about to roll in now. Fireon needs to hit a shot, as does ASD. A double op setup on the CT side might actually work out for them. Lover, though, swings out wide and gets 3 players with the M4. And wow, it's going to overtime. I am so surprised by this comeback. I was not expecting this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the game. The overtime is about to roll out. $10,000 on each side. This is going to be the decider. Let's see if we go to map 3 or not, or whether this best of 3 series will truly live out its entire life cycle. Fireon missing his first shot. That's going to give the terrorists enough room to breathe comfortably and enter mid. You can tell by the plays that the terrorists are making that they're very afraid of Fireon's AWP. I mean, they're shoulder peeking banana. They're making sure everything is in order before they move in. They're flashing mid. And that's a good idea. I mean, if the enemy team has a competent opera, you need to counter him somehow. So it's a smart play from the T side. And the only thing that I think won't work out for them is the fact that they're constantly going A without throwing a fake. Now they're grabbing the bomb. They're moving towards A. And look at this. The rotation has already been called in. They are so easy to read by 6-5 because they're not throwing any fakes. Dam has already rotated all the way to arches. They're not expecting a fake at all, and that just works out for them because no-namers, they're not making any incredible fakes or anything. And now they're moving into the bomb site. Hansel gets 2 kills for himself. And it all comes down to a 2-on-3. Hansel gets a 3rd kill. Can he get the 4th? This would be an insane 4K. The Fireon will be there to stop him. A 1 versus 2. Maelstrom and Zon, they have to hold the bomb site. They're up against Fireon, who luckily for them is only on 19 points of health after that holy nade. And at that point, there's pretty much nothing he can do. Moving into the bomb site, he's just going to be losing his AWP for no reason. It would be a very wise idea to save, but he's not going to take it. And this is actually a problem for Fireon. He's the kind of player that is comfortable playing the AWP, and he's not going to have enough money for it. He has to rely on his teammates to buy him one, and because of that, Lover's not going to have... He's not going to have head armor anymore. Looking at the buys here, we've got an AWP on either side of the teams. And all of the proprietary rifles on both of the sides. AK-47s for the Ts. Counter-terrorists have the M4s. And well, it looks like it's an A play from the terrorists again. Mollying out Pit. They're still not going to get any action here. They just have to back off simply because of the utility that has been thrown by the CT side. That nade taking out Fireon, though, who was initially tagged in the aim duel that he missed. ASD, though, he has done a lot of damage. This is doable for the CTs now, simply because of the amount of damage that ASD was able to dish. ASD was able to dish out before he went down. The bomb goes down now. Zon has the AWP in hand, while Nami has an AK-47. They're probably going to try to play this crossfire angle. Pit and bomb site A. Shaxx moving in from Pit. He knows that Nami is there now because he probably spotted him. Nami, oh, he's missed all of his shots on Shaxx, but is he going to be able to cover up for his mistake? Nope, gets taken down by Dam, and that would have been an easy round for the terrorist side if Nami hadn't missed all of his shots and completely whiffed a spray. 1-1 is the scoreline in the overtime. That makes it 16-16. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, whoever gets 4 rounds first in the overtime wins. It's just first to 4, or the mid round. You could say it's MR3. Fireon, he has been previously successful on Banana and try to get picks, so he tries to go for that again, but the early aggression from the Ts makes sure that he's not able to get anything. And I think the Ts are starting to just make... The Ts are starting to have some damage because they're countering Fireon very effectively. They're flashing him. They're taking quick aggression. They're shoulder peeking him. Fireon isn't getting much action anymore, and that is why Sig 5 is struggling. The terrorists now, they're storming into bomb site B. Oh, that MP9 is going to be so deadly from Lover. But still, this is doable for the T side as Hunzel has gotten a kill. 3-on-2, Hunzel and Maelstrom. They've got the bomb. They've got a minute. But the players are rotating in now. Shax, perfect flashbang to take out Fireon. But meanwhile, Hunzel has taken the head of his teammate. Not for long, as ASD comes in for the flank and takes him down. Sig 5, they've gotten the lead in the second, in the overtime's first half. And it looks like we're going to be taking a break while we fix the server, while we sort out the overtimes issues. The players are just sort of clueless on what to do after they've won, won or lost the first half of the overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, the second half of the first overtime is underway, and hopefully we're only going to be seeing one overtime because it can get really tedious watching overtimes over and over and over. Well, looking at the buys, the CTs, they've got 5 rifles. Well, on the other hand, the Ts expectedly have at least 1 AWP. Fireon with the AWP as anyone would expect because he's on point with it today. And on the other hand, they've got 4 AK-47s, plenty of utility to go around as well, but they haven't completely bought up. Neither are the CTs, though, because they know that they don't want to waste any money. Oh, Shax is blind out of his mind, but he still managed to get the kill on Inami, who pushes with a flashbang, and that was just a very mistimed flash. Or perhaps there was some miscommunication. The terrorists, they're making a play for bombsite A. This boost from Fireon to try to spot out any players that are behind the smoke. Oh, this Molotov from Maelstrom is going to be deadly. They have to move out fast, and they have to move out now. Damn, gives away his position by spamming through the smoke. Gets taken down by Maelstrom. Spooky from Pit doing a lot of damage as well. Fireon gets dinked, but he still manages to out-aim Spooky. Another kill for him, and he's looking for the third. Not going to happen, though, as he gets taken down due to his low HP. Zon now has to clutch it out, or or they will go 3-1 in the overtime. A very difficult position for Zon to be in. He spots out Lover. He gets the first kill. He's looking for the second. Ladies and gentlemen, could he go for the 1 versus 2 clutch and get it? Shax, 31 points of health. Could he close it out? Zon gets it and brings it to 2-2 in the overtime. An insane clutch by Zon to keep his team alive in this tournament. This is very tough. I'm expecting this overtime to go to another overtime, honestly. These teams are neck and neck in terms of skill on Inferno, and there's no telling what's going to happen. But after that comeback, I feel like Sig 5 kind of have the, they've got the momentum going for them. We're in round 2 of the second half of the first overtime. It's going to be interesting to see how the T's play it out this time. They've got 3 players in apartments. The CTs there are definitely not expecting anything on B because of the sheer amount of A plays that have been made in this game. They've got 2 players there still. It is arguably easier for the T's to move into bomb site B as there are more CTs on A. And one thing I'm really surprised about is the fact that there's nobody playing in pit, because that is sort of a standard position for the CTs to play, because you can almost never get mollied out or anything. I mean, even if you get mollied out, you can just run to the right side or run to the left side. There's plenty of space to be walking around, and the angles there are just so good to defend the bomb site. But oh, this position from Fireon was so cheeky. He was sneaked up all the way into bomb site B, and like I said, it was going to be easier to get into bomb site B. A lone defender on B in the form of Nami, who gets taken down. A 5-on-3, Sig 5 have taken this round by the horns. All that Sig 5 need to do now is win one more round, and they're done. They're going to win the best of 3 series, so the next round is pretty much going to be the toughest round in the entire game. That's going to be the decider round on whether or not one of the teams is going to get knocked out or not. And I love how the game turns into a PowerPoint presentation on the most exciting, most anticipated round. Well, let's not let that ruin the fun. 4 AK-47s on the T side, while an AWP is in Fireon's hand, as we'd expect all the time. But Zon's going to be opping as well. They have to try to challenge Fireon because he's making it so difficult for them. Lover losing a lot of HP there to God knows what. He walks a bit into the molly, and finally the PowerPoint presentation is over. You can all go home, ladies and gentlemen. The seminar is over, and we're back to CSGO. 3 players on the CT side playing from A, 2 players on bomb side B, and they're showing some early aggression on Banana. They've got 2 players in sandbags. They want to make sure that nobody can enter bomb side B or sneak in like Fireon did before. And this time around as well, it's Fireon that's spamming away on B. Oh, the molly is gonna ruin their lives. Zon gets the first kill onto Fireon, so at least that takes care of the Opper. More action on Banana, and for some reason, the camera was staring at their crotches, but let's go, that's been fixed. 4 T's storming into bomb side B. This is the round that Sig 5 really need to take if they want to end the game right now. Shax takes down Hunzel, brings it down to a 2 versus 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much looking like a GG, and for some reason in the action we're staring at the crotches. Let's go. That's gonna be it. 2-0 in the favor of Sig 5, and I'm so sorry for whatever the hell was happening to the camera at the end. And before the next game, we're going to be taking a short break, so it's going to be Wild Deity signing off.